is working. Welcome back, everybody, to the final PGL of Spring 2022. Glad that the audience can hear me now as well. G2 is back, baby, and how? 12-0 through the lower bracket, beating Rogue in the final. And I have the pleasure of talking to Dylan, Broken Blade, and Jankos. I'm going to go to Jankos first, just because I talked to you yesterday on PGL, Jankos. Is your mic on? Want to test?
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Okay, great. And yesterday we were talking, and you were, of course, very happy with the win, but you said it doesn't mean anything if we can't win tomorrow. So how happy does it make you that you were able to raise this trophy once again?
I'm happy. But to be honest, I feel like I'm more relieved that we made it, because I felt like we were capable of winning the split the whole season, actually. And we did have our ups and downs, and we did have to learn quite a lot during the split, but I felt like we have the players that have what it takes to actually win. So I'm super happy that after losing to Fnatic, we were able to bounce back, grow as a team every BO5, and show up with like a good performance in the finals.
Mm-hmm. Cap said specifically that this title meant a little more to him, maybe, just because of last year and just because of the disappointments that you've also faced together with him. Do you share that sentiment?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm just happy because before we actually won the finals, we got to play against Perks, we got to play against Wunder. We didn't get to play against Mickey, but we got to play against him in the regular season, right? So I'm just really happy that we managed to, beat all G2 guys on the way, at least the ones that were available in playoffs. And yeah, I mean, we never knew, right? We never knew if it's time for like the fresh blood, for the fresh teams to take over. And us, G2, still winning, I think now being the highest trophy team in Europe after this game, or after the series, I'm super, super happy that we could prove ourselves, and that even people that grow a bit older each year can still be good at the game.
You're only 26, so that's not old.
Yeah.
All right, Broken Blade, we're going to take a look at some of the images from the series. We focused our storytelling a lot around Odoamne versus you, but also specifically that your jungler spends a lot of time with you. So does Malrang. How do you feel you've played this series, specifically on your Ornn? Machine.
I think especially in game 3, I think I performed very well. I had the counter matchup into Jace, right, which was with Ornn. And I even got a solo bolo, right? And I think I've gotten a lot of solo bolos, actually, which I'm very happy about. I think game 3 especially, I think I carried my team a little bit. But I think Odoamne especially, I think he actually performed pretty well in the series. And there was always like a challenge in lane, especially the game where he picked Gwen. But I think I did hold myself, and I think I did what I needed to do, especially on the Ornn. So I'm pretty happy.
You now join a very, as you see, Jankos still had to put his shoes on. Oh my God. You didn't knock yourself out this time, Jankos. So.
Actually, it was close. I was feeling like really weak. I couldn't stand up, but yeah.
Oh no. This is great to see. The chair almost like was, your coaching stuff is so crazy and your background stuff. But Broken, what I wanted to ask you is you now join a very select group of players who win LCS and win LEC. What is the secret sauce, and why do you think you were able to do it?
Well, I mean, I think it's just, I think I did join a group with people who want to win, and the organization who really wants to win, and literally every single one of my teammates, I think, did everything in order to win. Not even my teammates, the whole staff, Dylan, Rodrigo, even our management is just insane. And I think we put so much effort and hard work into the split. I think we started the split, I think 1 or 2 months earlier than every other team, scrimming against the Worlds teams. And I think all of this effort that we put in finally has its rewards, right? Which is the trophy.
Yeah.
So it feels great. And I'm happy that from last year, where I went on a 10th place team, to being in the first place, which is just a crazy good feeling. And yeah, I can't even describe it.
Broken Blade was not the problem. I think this is clear to say right now. Congratulations, absolutely crazy. Dylan, wow, 3rd title overall. Congratulations. Can you reflect a little bit on the work you've done with this team? Because all I've heard from BB and from people before also is we just were all on the same page from a very early starting point. But I can imagine that is not easy when you're dealing with a core of Jankos and Caps that have been on this team for so long, and then add those new elements.
I started working with the G2 like way back in like November, October, when they were basically blowing up the whole roster and trying to rebuild the team. And I lived through the whole process of trying out against the world's teams, scouting players, like finding gems like Fleckit and Targa, who are like, I'm so happy with their performance. And then through like the struggles of the regular season, where I think we all actually thought that we'd be this dominant from the start. That's actually what we thought, but it was hard. We had to fix a lot of issues. We had to fix integrating our newer players into our team. We had to work out how to draft, how to play, and everyone just put in so much work to just guarantee that by now we would be where we needed to be.
Okay, super impressive. You mentioned Fleckit and Targamas, and I do think that Lore is ready to talk to them right now, so let's take a look.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacques. Back to this side of the studio for a bit because I have the winning bot lane from G2 Esports. First, guys, congrats on winning today, LEC Champions. First title for both of you, so Fleckit, first thoughts on winning the LEC for the first time?
I mean, it feels amazing, especially because I didn't win anything in all my career. So, you know, like my first title being an... my first title, like being, you know, like LEC, like Spring Split, is like, it just feels amazing.
I guess, yeah, you have to start somewhere, and starting with the LEC title.
Yeah.
Actually, fine, Targamas, you've been used to winning last year. In France especially, how does this one feel?
I mean, to me, it just feels amazing because I didn't have the easiest. I didn't. Do I hold? I didn't have the easiest time in esports like the past years, but ever since I joined K-Corp last year, it's just been a dream come true because I've only been winning. I won back-to-back U-Master, and now got picked up by G2, and now I win LEC. So I don't know, like the past year and a half has just been a dream come true, and I hope that I will keep going, maybe for MSI, maybe for Worlds, hopefully.
We'll get back to MSI a bit later, but yeah, hopefully this is the start of a new journey for you. Fleckit, Dylan was mentioning how really cool it was working with you this split and how he was happy to have you in the lineup. What did you learn from your first split in the LEC so far, with G2 especially?
I think the thing I learned the most, it was how to be, you know, like more demanding, demanding the resources I need in order to, you know, like get through lane phase or carry the game. Like especially at the beginning, like you can see in so many games in regular split when Targa is just going top lane and I'm not calling anything and I just get denied like 4 waves. We go Herald and I lose full tower. Like it happens so many times, but at least, you know, I learned when it mattered the most, which is playoffs. So yeah, I would say that demanding what I need is what I learned the most.
And you two found each other, and within the team when it mattered, especially in playoffs, Targamas, you were saying that this is, I mean, you've been used to winning, but still, this is a comeback for you. I remember your time at Giants in the LEC back then. I guess you feel more comfortable now. Where do you see the improvements, especially within this G2 lineup, but also with the level of play that you had? Because the team trusted you a lot, and it reflected on the drafts also. I guess you guys can share it. It's easier.
Thank you. I mean, as I said, I'm just grateful for the team, like the trust they put in me, because it's always something that I was lacking in my team in the past, and the fact that in the team everyone, every player, the staff, the management, like everyone just trusts me on how I do stuff. It just motivates me even more to prove them that they're right, to put their trust in me. And yeah, I don't know, I think I just grew up a lot from my past experience in esports. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just really grateful for my team.
Fleckit, you were agreeing with him. Is there anything you would like to add on that? And you were agreeing with him just now. Is there anything you would like to add on that? And also the synergy that you guys build together? And
I mean,
we'll talk MSI.
I really love playing with Targa, you know. I think he's like the best support in Europe. As I said on Twitter, he's the Belgian carrier. So I'm really grateful for everyone, but especially for Targa. Like, he helped me a lot. And, you know, I wish I can still keep learning from him.
Mm-hmm. Well, next up for you, Korea, as we mentioned previously. First international event for both of you, actually. What are you looking forward to, Fleckit?
I personally, I really want to beat SKT, of course. But yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be like so helpful, especially for me. Like I never had like international experience. But yeah, I just hope, and I'm gonna like put all the work that we make Europe proud at the MSI. So yeah.
You will, of course, of course. Targama, same question before we send it back to Shocks. What are you going to do with Gumayushi and Keria, and what are your expectations for MSI this year?
Well, I think it's going to be a fun matchup. I think Keria, I really respect him a lot because he's kind of the one, the support that plays also a lot of weird stuff like I like to do. So I think like I'm really looking forward to play against them and to learn from them. But overall, like, I'm just really happy going to MSI with my team, and I'm really confident because I think what we showed in the past series is like really, really good gameplay. So like I know some people are still doubting us, and I know some people are still saying that LEC is not going to be great, but so far we're 12-0. And I just think like I'm just really, really hopeful for MSI.
Yeah, and we're lucky to have you as representatives. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this interview. Flaggett, thank you so much for assisting me with the mic building. And Shocks, back to you.
Thank you so much, Laura. Shout out to Laura also. Sick job with all the interviews. And since she was talking to Targamas and Flaggett, we can move over to the MasterCard play of the week because it was Targamas' triple kill on Pyke in their champion-winning push to hoist the 2022 LEC trophy. So let's take a look at that. Do you guys want to comment on it, actually?
I know from like a backstage perspective, when we're 2-0 in the series and we start winning a fight, like I have no idea what happens in the fight. We're just all going completely crazy backstage.
Broken Blade?
For me, like this fight, I think Braum uses the shields, and then I was screaming for Jinx, 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 Jinx. And then I think after that, it's just really easy to get
reset City.
Yeah, the resets. And it actually felt really good to kill him, yeah. I don't know about Jankos, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this was the point where we actually got very excited. Before that, the game was quite difficult to play, but I think this moment we all started screaming and, kind of killing Jinx. Then the game just went well for us.
Targamas said there that he was happy also the trust that was given to him in terms of kind of the freedom and the picks, right? Can you say something about how it was working with him? Saying that, hey, it was hard for me before, but now I just started winning, and you saw that promise this year.
Targa is a player with a lot of ideas on draft, a lot of ideas of what he wants to play. He wants to be very inventive with picks. A lot of the picks, like not all of them end up going through to the final draft. Some of them are just completely off the wall crazy. But it's so amazing working with players like Targa that can play every champ in the game, because it gives you so much power in the draft phase to do stuff like we did in this run where we're counter-picking support and getting a lot of good matchups. So I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, do you feel that the depth of champion pool is like the whole team?
Yeah, and I think that's actually a large reason in the last few sets we've been so dominant. I think we go against enemies sometimes where they just don't play one or two really key champions, and we can utilize that in the draft and draft around it and get drafts that maybe we shouldn't get if they could play those champs.
Yeah, but then BB gets put on Ornn every single game in that previous series. But it seems to me that you have like a reinterpretation of Ornn, I almost want to say, right, in the way you play him. Do you enjoy it as much as we do watching it?
We call it Assassin Ornn.
Assassin
that's what we call
okay.
it.
Well, I mean, for me, like a lot of people know me as the carry player, right? Even though in the time, I think actually Targamas was a big point of why I wanted to even play on, because he was so he was really saying, guys, tanks are OP, I think, let's play tanks. And I was like, nah, it's not OP, dude, And then I started playing Ornn, and I noticed like I was actually kind of smurfing. I mean, my teammates can agree, right? But I mean, I don't even know, like they actually banned it as well in one of the games today, and I think they did a big mistake leaving my Ornn up, right? Broken Blade Ornn is going to be remembered from this point.
Love it.
So, I mean, I'm happy playing Ornn and solo killing people, right?
Yeah. Maybe we can do the edit. You have like the top father, and then now there's like an Ornn picture behind that or something like that.
Yeah,
someone
maybe
get on it. The internet will do it. Jankos, today going into this matchup, it was a lot about Malrang versus Jankos. It was all about the best jungler in the regular season. I think that's safe to say in Malrang, who made a lot of heads turn, and how you would deal with him. This does actually make you the best jungler in LEC again right now. What do you think it was that allowed you to step not only above him, but over every other jungler in playoffs?
I mean, I just don't think it's a single player game. So I just feel like we played better as a team, and the decisions we made throughout the split, and the fact that we were enabled to play, like Dylan said, many champions on every role, I felt like every draft was good. And it didn't really matter what I exactly play, but it just mattered that we are going to the game knowing that, we will have these 5 champions, and these 5 champions are going to be strong against enemy 5 champions. I think it's something we really, really liked last year, where we had like draft hell. This year we have draft heaven again. So yeah, I'm just happy with everyone's performance, and I just think that my individual performance doesn't matter as much as team performance does.
Okay, that's very nice of you to say. I do think you absolutely smurfed it these playoffs, and I think the fans will think that as well. A couple of more things. Dylan, Caps won the Kia Player of the, or Finals MVP rather. There was actually experts that voted on it, and he got 47 out of the 48 votes that were cast. I don't know who the stray other one was, but you, of course, won your titles alongside Caps. What can you tell us about the resurgence of Claps?
I feel like when Caps is enabled in both the draft, emotionally with his teammates, he's just one of the most insane players to ever touch League of Legends. And I'm really grateful to get to work with him again. And not only that, but it's really cool for me because I get to work with a player such as Caps that I worked with before and won with, some new player like BB that I worked with but didn't win with, and then some new players that are just new to LEC. It's like such an amazing mixture, and I'm just grateful to work with Caps again.
Oh, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about MSI, then I'll let you guys go to celebrate with your team. Jankos, I'll go to you first maybe. You've been in different iterations of this G2, which have both had success internationally and failures internationally. This is starting to let the fans dream again. You know, a 12-0 run in the playoffs is not something easy to do. In fact, it's pretty unbelievable. How much confidence does that give you coming into MSI, and what are your expectations?
Well, I mean, I don't really think that we actually ever had like super bad results internationally. Like we won MSI in 2019, and then we always went to at least semis at Worlds, which maybe is not great, but it's also not bad, you know, looking at some other regions that never made it out of groups. So yeah, I feel like my expectation is to go and learn from Owner a little bit. I think that he's a very good player, and I'm looking forward to face him. But besides that, we have team from LPL, which are, I mean, we don't know yet, right? Could be like Rookie and Karsa. So, you know, 2 great players as well. But yeah, I'm super excited, right? I'm just looking forward to MSI. I'm looking forward to learning from all these players and looking forward to grow even more as a team and as myself.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it because I think we want the most, but you actually did really well at international events, right? I think that's just that highest accolade that we all want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know like what is expected of us, right? If it's expected for the Western teams to win, yeah, of course we didn't. We are bad. But if it's expected to like be competitive, I think G2, every time we went to international event, we were competitive. Last year, well, we just got smashed. Like we just didn't play well, right? But this year we're back. So
I think that's super fair to say, and this has been a lot of success in G2's international future. Broken Blade, you get to go to MSI with G2 as well. With what all of you have talked about in terms of the development and in terms of how far this team can go, what are your realistic expectations, knowing that it's the best teams from around the world?
Honestly, I don't know. It's going to be my first time in MSI. I was close once in 2019, but we got reversed with the finals. Anyway, I'm very proud to be even going there with my teammates. I think we're going to do well, no matter how the situation is going to be. I think it might be hard in the beginning, but I trust me and my teammates to, you know, learn, adapt, and actually get stronger because we did it against Fnatic. They beat us. They were better at that time, and then we learned from them, and then we just 3-0'd everybody, right? And I think we can do similar things in MSI. And it's always a fun experience, in my opinion, to go somewhere with your teammates and travel and do this and that. It's always great. So I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, if you won the LEC championship by learning from the European adversaries, I'm so excited to see what's going to happen if you scrim the best teams in the world. Like, I think all the fans can be very excited. So, on a final note, who would like to take the word to thank the G2 fans who were probably, I don't know, I don't want to say doubtful in the beginning of this season, but maybe a little like, oh, what's going to happen here? Do you want to do it, Jankos?
I mean, I can't wait. Which camera?
What the light is.
Okay, so I know that all of you were very doubtful, especially after last year miserable performances where we couldn't really make it to Worlds, not MSI. And we tried rebuilding this year, and it actually worked out. Hopefully now you will have a little bit more trust. Maybe the fans that left us will come back. Maybe we got some new fans. So I'm very grateful. I also know many people stayed, and I know that many people trusted our process. Or even if they doubted our process. They still wanted to support us because, you know, we are G2, we are the team to support. So yeah, thank you very much. And I'm hoping that we can show up even more during MSI and during Summer Split.
Awesome. Let's take our last PGL selfie. I shall do that from here. Awkward silence because I can't hold mic. Awesome, thank you so much. And I also would like to thank everybody who's here and all the fans. I can't thank you enough for coming here. I am so happy that we could put on this show for you, that we could put on this amazing show, and that we get to see you in person again. It is making my heart so warm, and I hope in summer we can do it every single week. We've missed you so much. Thank you for coming back, and thank you to G2 for PGL, and congratulations to G2 for winning the 2022 Spring season. Good night, good luck, and have fun.